Hello, welcome to the class of HTML5 programming. So let's start this tutorial by getting basic information of HTML programming. So the first chapter is overview to the HTML5. So in this we will start with what is a HTML. So HTML we know that stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So it is a markup language which it is designed to possess, define and present text and the graphic in stylish format. So the HTML was first developed by British physicist Tim Berners-Lee in 1919, and after that it has gone through so many evolutions since invented. So HTML consists of a series of codes that are written in a text file or a text editor and then saved as .html. So we have to save this file by giving a HTML code a file name, then putting dot and then HTML. So this is the format to save the HTML codes. So these codes written in the HTML language translates into a beautiful, well formatted text and media when viewed through a browser. So next question is, what are the things that are required to run the HTML program? So to run the HTML program, we need two things. First one is text editor, such as Notepad, Notepad++, Bluefish, Text Wranglers, etc. So any of the text editor you can use to write the HTML code. Next is web browser. So we require the web browsers such as Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari. So these are used to read the HTML codes and to display it. So these are the two requirements for to run the HTML program. So next is the HTML versions. So these are the HTML versions that are going on upgrade. So first one is HTML 1.0. So this is the very first release of HTML language, and so this is also known as bare-bone version of HTML language. Next version is HTML 2.0. So this version was introduced with extra capabilities in 1995, including form-based files upload, tables, client-side image and maps, etc. Next version is HTML 3.0. So this version was introduced in 1997 and named as HTML 3.2. So this version was invented to standardize the WWW, that is World Wide Web. For this, the Tim Berners-Lee founded a group named as World Wide Web Consortium, that is W3C, in 1994, and after that in 1997 they published the HTML 3.2. After that, the next version comes named as HTML 4.0. So in 1997, the W3C released the next version of HTML named as 4.0. Next, HTML 4.0 was reissued with minor edits without incrementing the version number. So this is a version that adopts many browser-specific element types and attributes. Next version is HTML 4.01. So in December 1999, HTML 4.01 was released with extra capabilities. Next one is XHTML, that is Extensible Hypertext Markup Language. So here the specification for this was introduced in 2000. So here the XML language, that is Extensible Markup Language, was recommended to be used as a joint standard with HTML 4.01. So the XHTML is a separate language that begins as a reformulation of HTML 4.01 using XML 1.0. Now it is no longer being developed as a separate standard, and now it is incorporated with the new versions of the HTML such as HTML5. So here this incorporated XML is used to ensure code is properly written, and it also ensures interoperability between the programming languages. Next version was developed as, that is HTML5. So the WC3 published HTML5 as a recommendation in October 2014, and later on it released the HTML 5.1 in November 2016. So now the latest version of the HTML is HTML 5.2, which was recommended by W3C in December 14, 2017. So this is the latest version. HTML 5.2. Next is the HTML5 feature. So the HTML5 features include various, like first one is web worker. So we know that the certain web application use heavy scripts to perform function. So in HTML5, web workers use separate background threads for processing, and it doesn't affect the performance of a web page. Next feature is video embedding. So in HTML5, videos can be added without third-party intervention by using plugins or the codecs. So here the video embedding become as easy as embedding an image. Next is Canvas. So this feature allow a web developer to render graphics on the fly. Next feature is application cache. So here the web pages will start storing more and more information locally on the visitor computer as like a cookies. But we know that the cookies are small, but these features allow the larger files to be stored at the visitor computer. For the excellent example for this action is Google Gear. So here in Google Gear is a utility software that aim to provide the facility by creating more powerful web application by adding offline storage and other additional features to the web browser. Next feature is geolocation. So this feature is best known for use on mobile devices, and we are using this feature in our day-to-day life. So geolocation is coming with HTML5. Next is the difference between HTML5 and HTML. So here the difference between these two is one. We know that the one consistent thing about this programming field is that no language is capable of avoiding upgrades or new release. So is the HTML. So HTML go through various upgrades, and the HTML5, which was released recently, has a primary objective of improving the www experience for the developers and the end user. So the difference between the two is the HTML5 and the HTML. So HTML5 has high level audio and video support, whereas HTML doesn't support these two. Next is HTML5 support SVG, that is scalable vector graphics, canvas and other virtual vector graphics, whereas in HTML the virtual vector graphics was supported in conjunction with different technologies such as Flash, VML and Silverlight, etc. And in HTML, it uses web SQL databases, application cache for temporary storing data, whereas in HTML, it only uses browser cache for storing purposes. Next, HTML5, it provides full support for JavaScript to run in a background, whereas HTML, it doesn't allow JavaScript to run within the web browser. And in HTML5, inline MathML and SVG can be used in text, but in HTML, this is not possible. So this is the difference between the HTML5 and HTML. Next is the additional features of HTML. So some of the elements are dropped from the HTML5 version. So these dropped elements are like isIndex, applets, base font, frame. So these are the few elements. Next, HTML5 support new kind of form controls like date and times, emails, range, search, etc. And many of the new elements are also introduced in the HTML5 programming, such as details, time, summary, figure, footer, header, Ruby, etc. So these are the additional features that are added to the HTML5. Next is HTML validation. So HTML validation serve as a quality assurance tool. So the WC3s provide free markup validation service which is available at this site. So HTML validation provides students with quick self-assessment that they use this to prove that their code is correct. And next is this will validate your HTML codes and check it for the syntax error. So this is all about the HTML5 programming. Thank you.